For over 60 years, wherever the British Queen went, Prince Philip was never far behind. The tall, distinctive figure was at her side, both at home and on her countless foreign tours.
Captain General of the Royal Marines is one of the service ranks held by...
Born in 1921 into the Greek royal family, he was part of old Europe's network of monarchies. He joined the British Navy and served in the Second World War. He married Princess Elizabeth, a distant cousin, at Westminster Abbey in November 1947. The service was broadcast to a global audience of 200 million people throughout a British Empire that was soon to unravel as Britain struggled to come to terms with its diminished post-war standing. The young couple started a family, with Prince Charles and Princess Anne soon being born. Princes Andrew and Edward followed later.
The new Queen left immediately for London.
But any vestige of normal family life was shattered by the death of King George in 1952.
The heavily veiled, grieving figures.
In June 1953, Elizabeth was crowned Queen, and Prince Philip was destined to a life of supporting her as her consort.
A trifle late, I believe.
Some said he found the transition hard, and for others, he was reluctant to give up the freedoms of his jet-setting bachelor days. The bond between the two was sometimes questioned. So too his old-fashioned approach to parenthood, with all his three sons being packed off to the same Spartan Scottish boarding school he went to. Prince Charles hated it, calling it Colditz with kilts, in reference to the notorious World War II German prison camp. Over the years, Philip provided plenty of material for tabloid newspapers, with a reputation for making indiscreet remarks. Some people were offended, just as many found it endearing. Like his wife, Philip was a traditionalist. At times, he seemed to resist moves to make the institution of the monarchy more relevant to the modern age. The public's demand for the royal family to join in its grieving for Princess Diana was something Prince Philip found hard to understand, although his relationship with her had been warm and supportive. His commitment to public service, however, was unquestioned. Soon after the war, he established the Duke of Edinburgh's award, devoted to the development of teenagers. He was patron or president of over 800 organizations and had a special interest in science and technology. He was the first president of the World Wildlife Fund. He was also a keen sportsman, following the princely pastime of polo, as well as competitive carriage driving, well into later life. His death breaks up one of the most familiar double acts in British society. In 2012, the Queen spoke movingly of his loyalty and support. For many Britons, Prince Philip was a figure from a bygone age, one in which the royal family was held in unquestioning reverence. Times have changed, and Philip was not the only royal who found it difficult to adapt. But for millions, his passing will be genuinely mourned, and the loss of such a loyal companion will be devastating for the Queen. Simon McGregor Wood, TRT World, London.